What's good, future millionaires? We back with another banger. I'm DecemberDeMarco, Fortune 500 marketer, here to share my insights to the market with y'all to hopefully help y'all become better informed investors. Salute to y'all for pulling up on the channel. Make sure you hit that thumbs up like button for the YouTube algorithm and do not forget to subscribe. Man, spread the word. Let everybody know Shiba Inu is not done. We see a little games being played on the centralized side of things, but this is why I highly encourage y'all to learn the DeFi aspect of crypto. So that way your crypto is protected and you can also do what you want when you want. They can't stop you from buying and they can't stop you from selling. So hit the like button. Let's get into this one. We need 2,000 likes on this video. So if you're watching this and you want Shiba Inu to continue to rally, you want people to know that Shiba Inu is not done yet, then continue to show your support for Shiba Inu in the channel, man. Shout out to y'all. Now I know that scared a lot of people. I know a lot of people got afraid seeing, if you're looking at Coinbase, and I know a lot of y'all OGs to the channel, y'all are past the Coinbase part, but y'all have to remember a lot of brand new retail investors only understand the centralized side of things. So most of them are using Robinhood, Coinbase, Binance, etc. When majority of the people that I see that are new are using Coinbase, and Coinbase turns off that buy feature so people can't take advantage of the dip with Shiba Inu, that tells me it's being suppressed, y'all. This is just, speculations, not financial advice. You got to keep that in mind. Nothing you see on this channel is financial advice. You got to do your own due diligence and never risk more than you're willing to lose so you don't put yourself in a tight situation. Now, I know this dip would have been bought up a lot faster, even though we see it recovering now, but I know it would have been bought up a lot faster had this buy button not, stop working. So what is the purpose of them doing that? If you ask me, it's so they can buy it up at a cheap price and then they get the ability to sell it to their customers for a higher price once it goes up. Now, we've seen Bitcoin hit all-time high. My prediction is we're just getting started. We got 46 days until the Bitcoin halving. We usually see prices rally leading up to that. So we hit all-time high 69,000 on Bitcoin today. All-time high prices, y'all. You think this is over with? It's not, if you ask me. Now remember, I could be wrong. I don't got a crystal ball here. Not financial advice. But if you ask me, we are nowhere near done. We're going to see a lot of people excited hearing all these stories like Bitcoin hit its all-time high, seeing all these people that are still in the green, well into the green with Shiba Inu and other assets as well. People are going to see this pullback and want to jump in, come from the sidelines. Smart money is also seeing what just took place, and they are going to want to connect the dots as well. So I believe we see, we find a support at some range, and then we start to fight our way back up. Now, sometimes you could be a little worried because once we, rally like that and we start to retrace, it could create a major, retracement or a continuous pullback. But I just don't think we are anywhere in that territory yet where we can consider being done. We got predictions from top analysts of Bitcoin reaching a minimum of $250,000 to $1 million this run. Prices usually move up towards the halving. They start to sell off, and then towards the end of fall or around that fall time and towards the end of the year, we start to see all-time high prices. So this could just be establishing what's next to come. So we're going to take a look at a few of these indicators and try to see if we can determine what's likely to play out next. So let's take a look at Bitcoin first. Bitcoin back at 63,324, Ethereum at 3,497, BNB at 389, Solana at 121, XRP at 58 cents, Cardano at 66 cents, Doge at 15 cents, SHIB at 403313. So it was just at that 3.5 level. So we've seen it pop up a little bit, and now it's starting to pull back a little bit. So let's check out Bitcoin, see where we are at. So first off, keep this in mind. Fear and greed index still at 90. Remember, I told y'all when that is up like that, the market is in extreme greed, and we're in that territory for technical traders or investors to take profit. So let's pull up TradingView. So we got TradingView up right now. We seen Bitcoin pull all the way back down to 59,000 briefly. Nice. And remember, that was even one of the levels that we talked about. We talked about Bitcoin possibly, pulling all the way down to 59.58. Drop in the comment section if you remember me saying that. So that was like a little flash crash. Remember, I told y'all we might see a flash crash. I told you don't panic if we do, though. Now, of course, if you want to panic, you can do whatever you want to do. I can't tell you, not to do something, but if you want to be smart money and avoid making, some beginner mistakes, then don't panic. So here we can see it pulled all the way down to that 59,000 level right here. So let's zoom out. Okay, so take a look at this. This is the support area we went to. So right there in that range, that's that range we tested. So we use that area as a support. That's a really good support area, y'all. It gives new money the opportunity to come take advantage of the dip to get a better position. It's like refueling. It's regaining energy to blast off to those next levels. That's what that could mean. Of course, it could be, a pullback that could continue if we see some type of market-wide negative catalyst, something that we can't expect. For instance, how many of us work for Coinbase? None of us really. So we don't know that they're going to turn off the buy feature on, Shiba Inu and certain assets. So, that's something that we can't account for. We just got to, once it happens, we got to take it into account and then try to determine what's likely to happen after that. Okay, so we see where we found support at. Let's pull out some of our indicators to see where we are. We're going to grab our Bollinger Bands. So our mid Bollinger Band right now is 56,000 for Bitcoin, meaning, remember, these Bollinger Bands tell us with like 90 to 95% certainty or confidence level that the price will trade within this range. Now, of course, it can spike slightly out of it where it breaks outside, but usually it's pulled back into this channel here. And usually we see the upper Bollinger Band used as a resistance point, the mid Bollinger Band used as a support level, and the lower one used as a support level as well. Now, if the price is moving from the lower Bollinger Band or from underneath the mid Bollinger Band up towards the mid Bollinger Band, then it could be used as a resistance. But right now, since we're trading above the mid Bollinger Band, it's a support level. So you seen we broke out, we ran right here, we started to trade sideways, consolidating, then slowly pulled back until we got right around that mid Bollinger Band level, and it popped up again. So right now we got Bitcoin pulled back to almost that halfway point between the upper Bollinger Band and the mid Bollinger Band. Now, it was super bullish. The buys that came in there, that tells us that there's still a lot of money right in here that, people, let me show you. So take a look here. So we seen basically smart money step in and grab the dip right here. So this is a lot of money that was pushed in right here, which shows that bulls are pretty confident. If the price pulls down to this area, they're likely to buy it up. Now, it could, depending on if we get some bad news or something, bearish takes place, it could start to push down even further. But likely smart money will protect its investment, and if the price pulls back in here, likely smart money will buy it up again, which can potentially push it up. But remember, we can get exhausted, so we can only do this a few times before, if it sails down, it loses momentum and starts to break down to the downside. And if it does, the next key support level that I'm seeing, well, I'll say major support level, not let's see what we got in between that. We got some choppiness in between that, but that next key area is 56,000 for Bitcoin, which if smart money doesn't protect itself right here, if people get bearish, if people lose confidence, if people start to get fearful, uncertain, or doubtful, this is what we can see take place. Now let me grab another indicator called our RSI, or relative strength index. Now the Bollinger Band lets us know, is the asset expensive for its price, and also we can use it as a trading indicator to determine, when to start to sell, when to buy. When the price starts to move towards that lower Bollinger band, that's considered a buy entry or a buy signal if you're going long. And if it's moving towards the upper Bollinger band, that can be considered or used as an indication to go short if you're, betting that the price is going to go down. So our RSI levels went from a high about 87 down to a 69.4 where we are right now. So that is, a nice little cool off. But if we look left in the RSI history, go down to RSI, see how this is playing out. If we go left in this history, we can see we got resistance on the RSI around that level. That's why I was telling y'all, be cautious. Bitcoin is extremely overbought at these levels. You got to understand, people will begin to take profit, especially once we hit an all-time high. That marks a significant area for a lot of people to be able to say, I sold at all-time high. So you got to understand the psychological level as well, where other people will, consider buying and selling. So right now we see the RSI right here at that 69.4 level. It is still in overbought territory. So we know a 70 and above is considered overbought. 35 and below is considered oversold. So when it's in that oversold area, it's a very good discount to grab it at. When it's in that overbought area, you don't really want to be buying up there because it's considered overbought. But with what we see playing out right now, and with the Bitcoin having 46 days away, we might just be, creating an entirely different mountain that, a lot of people aren't expecting. Bitcoin could be at 75K in a week. Not saying that's going to happen, but I'm saying, like, if that's what is panning out, people wouldn't expect that. And that's what could, be taking place right now. So if we're just expecting, thinking small, and we see the opposite happen, a lot of people are going to be shocked. So I just want to give you all both sides of, where it can go down, where it can go up. So that way you can determine your strategy and what you're going to likely do in case it does either or. So that's Bitcoin. So we still know Bitcoin is overbought. It's still up there in the higher range of the upper Bollinger Bands, but it did find support along a key level. We do got the Bitcoin halving coming up. We got ETF approval. We got a lot of smart money just stepped in around this level here at that dip. And we did see a pullback on the RSI. So what's getting me though is when I look at the RSI, I see it usually dips down back into this back into the 70 and below range, which we are at 69, but we usually see a further pullback into this range. But things could just be so bullish right now that it's just not happening. But I wouldn't be surprised if we did see it pull back even further. Just know that people are going to throw more money at it. I don't see, the overall market losing faith in crypto right now, especially with the halving coming up. People might get a little impatient for, the next week or so if things kind of are stagnant or trade sideways. But once we get closer and closer to that Bitcoin halving, you're going to start to see pandemonium. You're going to start to see people getting excited and speculating, and people are going to throw a lot of money on the table at last minutes. Then we're going to see FOMO kick in. So take advantage of the discounts that you see right now. Remember, that's not financial advice. Only if you do decide to do so, make sure you do it with an investment that you are confident in and that you plan on holding, or you're willing to hold it if it takes longer to play out than you expect. So that's all we got for this video. If you want to learn how to interpret the data on the chart, reach out to me via email to get my technical analysis course, DecemberDeMarco@gmail.com. Also, I got my crypto 101 course. If you want to make sure your crypto is safe, if you want to make sure you can operate on the DeFi side of things, so that way you're not manipulated by the centralized side when they do things like turn off the buy button so you can't buy the dip, then tap in to get my crypto 101 course, DecemberDeMarco@gmail.com. I also got my day trading options course. If you're interested in learning that, you can use this information to not only day trade options, but cryptocurrency, stocks, futures, and other things as well. Anything with the chart, you can use this information that you're learning to day trade and apply it to, you know, these other avenues. So that's all we got for this video. My private paid, oh, I gotta show y'all this, y'all. My private paid Telegram/Discord is open. Take a look at one of these plays we called that was up over 100% today. This was up like 105 to 10% today. Now, I called this one in my private investment community. I called this one about 3 days ago, and we are up over 300% on this one right here. So this is BIF. This is bonk with hat. So take a look at the price. Join the private Telegram/Discord. You'll be able to see the price I called it at. We are up 300% on this one. 100% today we seen. It's slightly pulling back right now. This is why, you know, you want to have access to the paid Telegram/Discord, because I don't put all the plays on YouTube. Also, join our private investment community on Facebook, private stock market game, if you want secondary access to some of these plays. Because the private investment, the paid Telegram/Discord community gets these plays first, and then I put them in sometimes I put them in the Facebook group if they don't make it to the YouTube channel. So that's all we got for this one. Appreciate everybody for pulling up, and we are out.